The people who truly deserve it will never ask for it, they'll earn it. The perpetual complainer is someone you must handle with caution. These individuals are easy to spot. They always seem to carry a cloud over their heads, pouring rain on every conversation and every interaction. Nothing is ever good enough for them. They criticize, they point fingers, and they find fault in everyone and everything. But what makes them dangerous isn't just their negativity, it's the way they can drag you into their world of complaints without you even realizing it. You see, complaining is contagious. It's easy to get pulled into their cycle. At first, you might think they're just venting and you want to be supportive. You listen, nod, and maybe even agree with them. But before long, you start to notice a pattern. Their grievances are never balanced with solutions. Their criticisms never lead to constructive action. It's just a constant stream of negativity, a relentless attempt to highlight problems without ever lifting a finger to fix them. And here's the truth: that kind of energy doesn't just stay with them, it spreads. It infects the air around them, pulling you down with it. But let me tell you what's really going on beneath the surface of all that complaining. The perpetual complainer isn't just venting about the world, they're projecting their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own shortcomings. When they say that person isn't good at their job, what they're really saying is, I feel inadequate, so I need to shift the spotlight onto someone else. When they say nothing ever goes my way, what they're really admitting is, I don't have the courage to take responsibility for my choices. Their complaints are a shield, a way to deflect attention from their own failures and limitations. Now here's why this matters to you. Trusting a perpetual complainer means opening yourself up to their distorted view of the world. It means allowing their constant negativity to influence your perspective, your decisions, and even your self-worth. These people have a way of making you question yourself. They'll criticize your ideas, your efforts, and your intentions, not because there's anything wrong with them, but because they're incapable of seeing the good in anything. And if you're not careful, you'll start to internalize their words. You'll start to doubt yourself, thinking maybe they're right, but let me tell you, they're not right. They're just stuck in a cycle of their own making. What makes the perpetual complainer particularly dangerous is their subtlety. They don't often come across as malicious. In fact, they might even seem likable at first. Their complaints can feel relatable, even justified. But over time, you'll notice that their criticisms have no boundaries. They'll talk about others behind their backs, sowing seeds of doubt and distrust. And one day you'll realize that they've been talking about you too. Because someone who tears down others to feel better about themselves will eventually do the same to you. So how do you protect yourself? By recognizing their patterns and refusing to engage. Don't try to argue with them or convince them to see the brighter side. It's a battle you won't win. Instead, focus on surrounding yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you in constructive ways. The energy you allow into your life is a choice, and choosing to distance yourself from the perpetual complainer is an act of self-preservation. Trust is sacred, and it should never be wasted on someone who doesn't know how to appreciate it. The perpetual complainer isn't just a burden, they're a barrier to progress, to positivity, and to peace of mind. Don't recognize them for who they are, and don't let their storm cloud block your sunshine. You deserve better. You deserve trust built on support, growth, and integrity, not complaints, criticism, and blame. Let me tell you about the overpromisers, the ones who talk a good game but never show up when it counts. These are the people who always know the right thing to say. They're charming, persuasive, and their words feel like a warm blanket on a cold night. I've got your back, they'll say. Don't worry about it. Leave it to me, and for a moment you believe them. Why wouldn't you? Who doesn't want someone in their corner, someone they can lean on, someone who seems so sure of themselves? But here's the truth: promises are easy. Words cost nothing. It's action consistent, reliable action that separates the real ones from the pretenders. And overpromisers, they're masters of illusion. They'll make you feel secure, make you feel like everything is under control, like they're your safety net. But when it's time to follow through, they disappear. Suddenly their phone doesn't ring, their texts go unanswered, their presence vanishes. And there you are, left holding the weight of responsibilities you thought they'd help carry. The damage they cause isn't just logistical, it's emotional. Overpromisers don't just let you down, they make you doubt yourself. You start wondering if you asked for too much, if your expectations were too high. You replay their words in your head, trying to figure out where you went wrong. But let me tell you something, you didn't go wrong. They did. They set the bar. They raised your hopes. They made commitments they had no intention or capacity of keeping. And here's the part that stings the most: overpromisers often don't see themselves as the problem. They'll say, "I had good intentions." They'll claim they didn't mean to let you down, as if intention alone is enough to build trust, as if good intentions can make up for broken promises. But let's be clear, intentions don't pay bills. Intentions don't fix mistakes. Intentions don't replace action. So how do you protect yourself from these types of people? By listening, yes, but more importantly, by watching. Watch what they do, not what they say. Do their actions match their promises? Do they show up when it's inconvenient, when no one's watching, when there's nothing in it for them? Because that's the test of real commitment. Anyone can make a promise when the stakes are low and the spotlight is on them. But the ones worth trusting, they'll deliver when it's hard, when it's messy, when it requires sacrifice. You see, overpromisers teach us a valuable lesson even in their failures. They remind us to set boundaries, to guard our hearts and our time, to trust actions over words. And perhaps most importantly, they teach us to be people of our word, to make promises sparingly and keep them fiercely. Because trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild, not just for others, but for ourselves. So when you encounter an overpromiser, don't let their words distract you from their actions. Trust isn't about what someone says in the moment. It's about what they prove over time. And time, my friends, reveals everything. There's a certain type of person who thrives on secrets, the secret whisperer. They're the ones who always seem to know everything about everyone, and they're more than happy to share it with you. They pull you aside, lower their voice, and say, "Don't tell anyone but." At first, it might feel like you're being trusted, like you're part of an exclusive circle, like you're special enough to know the things that no one else does. It feels good. It feels like you're valued, like you're in the know. And that's a powerful feeling. But let me tell you something, whenever someone starts a conversation with "don't tell anyone," but you need to listen very closely to what's not being said. What they're really saying is, "I'm about to betray someone's trust. I'm about to tell you something that was meant to stay private." And if they're comfortable sharing someone else's secrets with you, I want you to understand that it's only a matter of time before they do the same thing to you. It's only a matter of time before you're the one they're whispering about behind your back. See, the secret whisperer is a manipulator in disguise. They play the role of the confidante, the one you can trust, the person who's always there to listen. But their loyalty is as shallow as a puddle. They don't value the trust you place in them. They see it as a tool, a weapon to make themselves feel important. They want you to believe that you're their close one, that you're the one they turn to when the world around them doesn't understand. But trust is not something you earn by spilling others' secrets. Trust is about integrity. It's about standing by someone's side, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it may be, and protecting their peace, not using their vulnerabilities for your own gain. What the secret whisperer fails to understand is that trust isn't a game. It's a foundation. And once it's broken, it's not so easily repaired. They might tell you that what they're sharing is harmless, that it's just gossip or good conversation, but it's more than that. It's a crack in the foundation of their character. It's the first sign of a person who cannot be trusted with anything valuable, whether it's your personal information, your feelings, or your time. If someone's willing to betray another person's trust, they will eventually betray yours too. The truth is, people reveal themselves in the small things. And the way a person handles someone else's secrets tells you everything you need to know about their integrity. It's not about the specific details of what's shared, it's about the fact that they're sharing it at all. They're showing you loud and clear that their word means nothing. So when you come across a secret whisperer, be careful. When they try to pull you into their world of whispered confidences, understand that it's not a place of trust, it's a place of exploitation. And you have a choice. You can either listen and let them feed you the poison, or you can walk away knowing that some things, some people are best left alone. Let me talk to you about one of the most dangerous types of people you'll ever encounter, the manipulative charmer. This person isn't loud, they're not necessarily in your face, they don't scream or shout, they don't need to. No, this type operates in the shadows, using a soft voice, a smile, and just the right words to get what they want. They come across as friendly, as the person who always knows the right thing to say. They make you feel seen, important, like you're the most interesting person in the room. But don't be fooled. They're not interested in you, they're interested in what you can do for them. The manipulative charmer is a master at making you feel special. They know exactly how to stroke your ego, how to appeal to your desires, and how to make you believe that everything they say is true. Their flattery is intoxicating. They'll make you think they're on your side, that they understand you in a way no one else does. But here's the truth, they don't. They just know how to play on your insecurities, your emotions, and your need for validation. But what happens when you need them? What happens when the tables turn and it's your turn to ask for something, to lean on them for support? Suddenly the charm fades, the promises they made are broken. The words they spoke were just that, words. When it's time for action, they disappear like smoke in the wind. They've already moved on to their next target, someone else they can charm, someone else they can use to advance their own agenda. And you're left wondering how you could have been so blind, how you could have trusted someone who never truly had your back. The manipulative charmer isn't about building anything real. They're about building an illusion, a mask of kindness, of understanding, of friendship that hides their true intentions. They know how to make you feel good, but they'll never let you feel safe. They'll use your weaknesses against you, turning your trust into a weapon, your goodwill into leverage. They'll manipulate every situation, making you feel guilty for questioning their motives, making you doubt yourself when you start to see the cracks in their facade. You see, these types of people are dangerous not because of what they do in the obvious moments, but because of the subtle ways they manipulate your mind. They make you question your instincts, your gut feeling, because they've made you believe they have your best interests at heart. They'll make you think that you're the one overreacting, that you're the one who's wrong, when all along they've been playing you like a fiddle. The worst part is that they rarely reveal their true nature all at once. They don't come in like a storm, they come in like a gentle breeze, slowly, insidiously, pulling you closer until it's too late to back out. You've given them your trust, your loyalty, your time. And in return, they've taken what they wanted, leaving you with nothing but a shattered sense of self. So when you meet someone who seems too good to be true, someone who charms their way into every conversation, who makes promises they can't keep, remember this: no one should have the power to manipulate you with their charm. Don't be fooled by a smile or a few well-chosen words. The manipulative charmer's goal is to win you over, but their loyalty is only to themselves. Protect your heart, guard your trust, and be wise enough to see through the charm before it costs you everything.